Hi, welcome back to episode 2 of a Silly Girl Yaps podcast. Yeah. Um today we're going to talk about the Tomodachi Life games. I think where to start? These are all like exclusively on handhelds, and I think these games, like, a lot of people love them, yeah, but a lot of people just love Tomodachi Life, and I think that's a little unfair when it comes to loving them all equally, in my opinion, you know? And what's also kind of funny is these games they're very cute, because I think they were Nintendo literally just taking the Wii series and saying, hey, we really like the Miis, so let's just create a whole separate, like, little gimmick thing. And you know me, you know the last episode, I love gimmicks. You know, anything that I consider to be a gimmick, in case if you don't know, it's like, I love it. I love the fact that you're even trying, you know? So, yeah. Um, I do wish that some of these games were not stuck on a handheld system, you know? So, but yeah, anyways, enough opening remarks. I think we should just get straight into it. What do we have? We have the very first one. I think it was Tomodachi Collection. That's the name what it was. What's kind of interesting about this game is it was exclusively released to Japan, but like it was exclusively released to Japan, okay? And it was on the DS. And it was basically like, it had its own Mii creator and everything, but it was basically just your little Miis were like living on an island, and you know, I don't know how to explain it. It's just like they're doing stuff, you know what I mean? I mean, it's a cute little gimmick. It's literally Nintendo just thinking like, hey, we just wanted something to look a little silly, you know? Like, just have all these, like, it's a play on I think, uh, something dachi. It's like those little pets, you know what I mean? And they played on those because it's like you could take care of their little lives. It's like a physical little thing that you bring around, and it's like it's a physical little pet. It's obviously a Japanese originated thing, and for that I think it's, you know, obviously Japan is gonna stick to Japan roots, and I think that's why they didn't push this game to Western audiences from the get-go. And I think that's why it is, you know, Japan exclusive. I have played this game a little bit with like a translation mod, and I do think that it's a cute introduction of a game. I think, you know, personally, I don't think Mii's belong on the DS, but I think it's a good entry point for the Mii's to transition between the DS to the 3DS, and I do think it was a cute idea on paper. But this next game that I am going to talk about later on the line, I think does perfect what this game tries to do, and, you know, it just takes the cake, this next game that I'm about to talk about. But in terms of graphics, obviously it's on the DS, so it's a little, like, you know, shriveled up looking, PS1 looking, and, you know, you'd think I'd like that, and I do. I think it's a part of a charm, and I think it's cute, but at the same time, I do think it limits the game a little bit, because the game obviously does kind of look like it's running on a potato sometimes, and I think it's even gorgeous the fact that Nintendo got it to actually work on the DS. You know, since the DS didn't have a built-in Mii Maker, they had to make a Mii Maker for this. And, you know, going into what I said about it being a transition to, you know, the 3DS, because the 3DS obviously had a Mii Maker already built in, because the way I kind of see the 3DS is kind of like a less powerful Wii, but just it's portable. So, I mean, anyways, you guys have probably heard from the last episode, you know, about the DS and whatever. Um but yeah, I think overall it's not bad. Tomodachi Collection isn't bad. It's very bare bones for what's to come. And I think, you know, the same thing, like I said with Animal Crossing, you have to experience it and of its of itself, you know. You have to just walk in blind and say, hey, this is a game that like people like. Well, nobody. What am I talking about? No, nobody likes this game. I don't think, but it has a cute aesthetic. I love the like going into the PS1 graphics. I know it's a little choppy and everything, but it's like it's so cute. Like sometimes it will actually look really cool. It will actually look really good, and like I have a soft spot for those crunchy looking stuff. And yeah, at times it looks like it's running on a potato, but you know, something special about that, I guess. Like I like it, but at the same time I do feel like it is running a little rough, you know. It's kind of like The Legend of Zelda Spirit Tracks, where it's like Link's head in that game was a literal ball. It kind of looked like, and it's cute. It's a gimmick, but at the same time, I do feel like they shouldn't like. I don't want to get into that game. I'll get into that game, you know, eventually, an episode down the line. But I do think that yeah, this game is has a lot of charm. I do like the box art for it. I love the sounds that the your little characters make, your little Mii's make, and everything. I love how already real this game already feels. Like it already feels like they have this concept of an idea, and it's not fully fleshed out, but at the same time, it when you play this game and you put yourself in the shoes of it came out at that time, you know, of all of these Wii series games that only had the Mii's in them, and the Mii's were kind of like this side thing that was just for the Wii. I feel like it was a beautiful idea of a concept to bring it elsewhere, to bring Woohoo Island into something else, you know? I know Woohoo Island wasn't a thing at the time, but I'm just saying, like, I think that this game is it did something for the Mii community, and it did it well, you know? It pushed it, and it pushed it in the right direction for what is to come next, you know? And like I don't really have much to say about Tomodachi Collection. I think that yeah, uh because everything that I have to say about Tomodachi Collection, it also kind of like blends into Tomodachi Life also. And like if you ask me, I feel like these two games blend into each other, and you'll see why. You'll see why. You'll see why I think they blend in together. But anyways, the only thing that I wish Nintendo didn't do was keep it localized to Japan, and I understand why they did it, because it's very different, it's very goofy, it's very Japan, style. But at the same time, how, like, Tomodachi Life became such a massive success, especially today, for, reasons that are very obvious. I kind of feel like, if you're watching this, or if you're listening to this, I feel like it's very obvious why. But, I mean, yeah. Anyways, next up, finally we're gonna get into Tomodachi Life. Okay, Tomodachi Life. Yeah. So, this game came out on the 3DS to all audiences. All audiences. And I'm pretty sure this came out in 2012. It was around the time that, New Leaf also came out. This game is also, like, Tomodachi Life is considered a cozy game. It is considered to be, I hope you guys are seeing a theme now. I definitely love these cozy games. I love these cozy little feelings. And, obviously, because it's on the 3DS, it has updated graphics and everything, but the very first thing I want to talk about is actually the graphics. I think, it's not as choppy as, the first Tomodachi. I think that it's very Nintendo-y. It's very gimmicky, it's very cutesy, and it shows more of that life in it because it has that extra 3DS power. So, if you ask me, I do think that Tomodachi Life, in fact, needed that little bit of extra power. And what's funny is, because Tomodachi Life and Tomodachi, Collection, or whatever the heck it was, Tomodachi, the DS one and the 3DS one, right? They're basically the same game. And, they both have awesome things, but Tomodachi Life actually has a little bit more, and it's a little bit more updated, and it has, all these great things. Since the 3DS already has a Mii Maker system, it's so much easier putting in Miis into your little island. But they do still have that little Mii Maker, and they have special Mii Maker music, and I think that's really cute. I really love how the whole game this time is very yellow, by the way. I really like that, aesthetic. The whole premise of Tomodachi Life is actually the fact that it's like Animal Crossing. It goes with your, if it's, 3 o'clock in real life, it's 3 o'clock on your island, right? But the difference is you are seen as kind of like I don't want to say a god, but I do also want to say a god to these little Miis that you put on your island, right? And what's cool is you could literally put anybody. There's hundreds of these Miis, and they all go and they live in this apartment. And what's so cool about this game is they could go off and they have their own life. There's no goal to this game, and I think that's so cute, because it's you literally just sit there and watch your Miis do whatever the heck they're doing for the day, or check in, play a game with them or something. And you could always give them stuff, make them donate every day. There's a donation thing every day that they donate, and that's how you get your money. But also you get money from doing other things, I don't know, you get money from doing other stuff, selling something, or doing something specific for these Tomodachi characters. Um, but really, the magic of it is the fact that you can create whatever the heck you wanted because it's your me, and I kind of feel like the 3DS was really when the Mii's started to like come out to different places. You know, like Mii's started to become like outside of just the Wii, and I think that's very cute. I think that it's really nice. Like each Mii on your island, actually, when you're creating them, you get to give them a little personality, and I think that's really cute. And the way they do it is very amazing, in my opinion, because they have so many different combinations of, you know, making. They have one meter that says, how much energy does this character have? Is he or she slow? Is he or she quick? And it's not like yes, no, yes, no. It's actually like you pick a little box. Hopefully I'll show it, but like you pick a little box, to see like overall like where they are, and based off of that, then they show like they narrow it down to groups that your Mii's go into, and like then you get different types of Mii's, and I think that's really cute. You have on your island, you have homes, you have apartments. The only way homes work is when, two Mii's actually get married. I will get to that later. I know that sounds really weird. They have jobs, they can do whatever they want. They could go to the beach. It's very cute. It's very different. It's got so much whimsy, and it has so much of that old school Nintendo style to it that I do think it's cute. I do think what's a little interesting is like your Mii's will talk to you sometimes, and sometimes when they talk to you, they actually like they're a little mean sometimes. And so it's kind of like what Animal Crossing used to be, and I really like that. I really like that, like, sense of communication. I hope you're picking up on a trend. I love dialogue in games, and I love when they do this, and I love the stupid, the stupid robot voices that they have. You can even change their voice in Tomodachi Life. I think that was insanely impressive for 2012. Like, I think they could have gotten away with just doing text boxes, but instead Nintendo chose the quirky side and the cutesy side of doing these absurdly crazy voices. And I think the wonder of all of this is just the fact that like I said with Animal Crossing, it's like there's a lot of parallels between the two, I feel like. Because in this game, you can't really make a like a genre to put this in. You just say it's Tomodachi Life, It's a game where you watch over your Mii's live a life. And it's not you escaping life. That's what Animal Crossing's for. It's you observing life. Like, two Mii's can get into a fight, I remember, and like they'll like start throwing random junk at each other, and I think it's so funny. It's so weird. It's so quirky. Like, the little things I love in this game. Like, the fact that the food in this game is literally like images of real life food, or like an image of a real life hat will be a hat in this game, or like, you know what I mean? That's so quirky and it's so Nintendo. It might just be like, Japan or whatever, but I even when I go into like Japan media, I don't really see that. All I really see in Japan media is like a lot of anime and stuff, but it's like it's so cool. Like literally your Miis will they'll do a bunch of random quirky stuff, and I think it's so cute. Like they can go on dates, obviously they can get a girlfriend or boyfriend, and this is where a lot of people who like Tomodachi life, I think, focus the most on, and I can understand why. It's very cute to see your me go on a date with someone, and you're always like kind of looking for that drama, I guess, what's happening on the island, because they could break up, they could get back together, they could have someone asking someone out, and then a another me comes in and asks them out, and they have to choose between the two, and it's like, oh my gosh, and sometimes they won't choose any, and it's a very dramatic moment, and I think it is a part of the charm. It is a part of the charm, and it's really cute. Though I will say it is not like the full meat of the game. It is not the full meat of the game. Tomodachi life at its core is what it is a parody off of, and that is that little, I forget what it was called, Tomogachi, I think. I don't know what is it. Let's try to find out. What? Tamagotchi? Is it that? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. A handheld digital pet created by Bandai in 1996. Yes, this is what it's a parody off of. You can look it up yourself. It is a Tamagotchi. See, I get these two mixed up, sorry. But yeah, if you look at these things and then you look at Tomodachi Life gameplay or Tomodachi Collection gameplay, you will definitely see a mirror. You will definitely see, like, I see where they got it from. But it is a beautiful, cute parody. I will say that. I love, you get to see your Miis in different environments. I love the fact that these environments look real. I think that's a part of the Mii charm that Nintendo actually tried to do with it. But yeah, and then I also do think that it's cute because I do think it's cute because if a Mii is trying to do something, it'll ask you for advice on how to do it, and you can get very creative. You could tell them, use a catchphrase, and then you give them a catchphrase, and they say that said catchphrase, and it's all very creative. Honestly, I don't know how to describe this game other than just telling you, watch someone play it, or play it yourself, because there is no other way to explain it. I'm having a hard time explaining this and talking about it, because it's a game that cannot be explained, in my opinion. I've heard so many other people talk about this game and try to explain it, and it's they can't really grasp it, I feel like, because it's you can't grasp the feeling of going somewhere, you can't grasp the feeling of sitting down and writing, an essay. You just have to tell someone to go do it, but yeah. Another thing that I'd like to say about this game is I really like, before I get into some negatives, I really like the box art, to this game. Like, the back of the 3DS cover is so cute. Like, I don't know what Nintendo was on when they were making that back. And, you know, I understand it's like a big ad on the back, but at the same time, it's so cute. It's so beautiful. It's all full of color. It's so full of, like, explaining how the game is, but it's like there's so much to do that it can't really put everything together, but at the same time, it finds a great balance of putting things together, you know? And I do also like how there's that little lady in the bottom right corner who says, basic reading is needed to fully enjoy this game. I mean, like, it's so funny. It's so, like, why did Nintendo have to put that in? I don't know, but I don't know. I think this game is full of charm. It's cute. It's whimsy, and you just have to play it yourself. You know, you have to watch someone play it. You have to play it yourself. And yeah, it came out at a great time. You know, everybody loves it, and there's a reason why everybody loves it, and everybody loves it because of that first playthrough. And the game doesn't really end. I mean, it does, quote unquote, end, because they show the credits when two, like a husband and a wife, have a baby, and the baby becomes like an amalgamation of the two Miis, and I think that's really cute. And you can choose between, like, sending off the Mii to be found by other, you know, people with the game who have their 3DS, and you happen to walk by them street pass wise, and then, you know, you have the little, you know, your little abomination show up on someone else's Nintendo 3DS. Yeah. But anyways, a couple negatives that I do have to say about this game is, you know, I don't think it was on purpose, but there are no gay relationships in this game. So, like, you can't have a male me and a male me get together and have a baby. You can't have, you know, and get married and all that junk. You can't have a female me and a female me get together. They have to be male and female. Which Nintendo also did say when it came out, because when it came out, people, like, were mad about this, apparently, and, you know, rightfully so, I kind of feel like, because I kind of feel like if you're gonna make a game like this, I think you gotta be inclusive, because it's like, I don't know, if you're doing a game with relationships, I feel like you need to be inclusive. You can't just shut the door on specific people and specific stuff. I think that's why dating games nowadays, like, get so much attention, because, you know, especially, like, Date Everything, it is literally just date everything, you know, and they don't go into the nitty-gritty of, like, what's your sexuality, who are you, and then what are you interested in, and all this other stuff. They just say, like, date everything, and that, you know, nobody looks too deep in it. But when Nintendo put, like, you know, a gender thing, and then, like, is your me straight? Or no, your me just automatically is straight, and it's kind of like, what? You know? And so, but obviously people have made workarounds. People have made, you know, a girl me, but dress him up as a guy and make it a guy looking, and then, you know, the two get together and whatever. But anyways, yeah, there's that, and then there's also, like, when you have seen everything in this game, I cannot stress it enough. I love this game. I play this game on my 3DS, but I can't play it as much anymore, because when you have seen all the little stuff that your me has done, like, can do, there's something about, like, it's not as fun anymore. And like, put down your pitchforks, guys. But like, it's I love this game. I hate to say it, but it's like it gets boring. It gets a tiny bit boring, I feel like, because it's like when you've seen everything, that your Miis have done. It's a literal life sim. It's kind of like The Sims, but in The Sims, like, you have a variety of stuff that can happen, and you're kind of like controlling stuff on the spot. So that's kind of different. But I feel like with this game, it's a little bit different. It's more of like you can gently push the Miis in a specific direction, but at the same time, they will always end up in the same direction that they were originally going into. And once you've seen everything, you've seen everything. And that's all I can say. Like, there's you can watch the Miis dream, and you can go into their dream sequences. When you've seen all the dream sequences, you've seen all the dream sequences in this game. Like, there's no variety other than just the ones that you've seen. There's no variety of, home choices. There is no home choice, actually, when two Miis get married. It's the same cutscenes, and the only thing that's different is depending on your Mii, So, yeah. Overall, I will say it's definitely, I think, in my opinion, superior to Tomodachi Collection. Tomodachi Collection at the time came out. It set the groundwork for Tomodachi Life, and when Tomodachi Life came out, it was perfect. Nearly perfect at its execution, and it's the best that we're ever gonna get. So yeah. Tomodachi Life, there you go. After that, they kind of like went silent on the 3DS, I kind of feel like, for a little bit. And nothing really came out. And then I do remember when Miitopia came out on the 3DS. So now we're going to talk about Miitopia. So Miitopia is a very interesting game. I feel like it was bound to happen one day, honestly. Because like characters that you can create yourself. Think about it. Characters you can create yourself, I feel like it was just always a given to make a turn-based RPG game with these characters that you make, and the story that is just created with these characters that you made, and you can set them up to have like little roles and everything, and I think it's cute, I think it's beautiful. The music is phenomenal in this game. I think that it came out in a great time. It came out in 2016, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure this was like the last big Mii game that came out. And it's a little sad to say, because I know a lot of people love this game, but I know a lot of people also kind of like don't care about this game too. And that kind of makes me a little sad, honestly, because it's like you have bread and butter of like an amazing game, and it's like it is an amazing game. I don't know what I'm saying. It's like it's a good game. It has a plot twist. It's a story. It's a game where your little characters that you're creating are going on like a tiny little adventure. And there is a plot twist in the game that, I won't explicitly say, but it's like it's funny if you created a character not knowing they were going to be a part of the plot twist, and when that plot twist does happen, it can get really funny. And because I remember when I did it, I did it like that, and I didn't know that the game was going to plot twist like that, and it made me really like kind of laugh a little bit, and I think that's good. Um, Metopia is a great game. It's a great game. I feel like there's always something to do in Metopia, honestly, when it comes to this game, because I feel like no matter what you're doing, you're always kind of progressing, unless you're a super into the game and you even complete like the extra stuff after you finish the main game, because there is extra stuff and there is like extra areas you can go into, and keep on fighting all these faces and whatever. But the main part of the game is literally just about like this evil guy, this dark lord, taking Mii's faces off and putting them onto monsters, and you have to go and run out with your Mii's of choice and try to save attack the monsters and like save all the Mii's. And I think it's cute. It's a gimmick game. What can I say? It's like it's very cute. For some reason they got rid of like the weird talking voices that Tomodachi Life had, and understandably why. I think this is like an RPG, and in RPGs it's like Undertale. It's mainly known to be, when they're talking, and or like like think Sans Undertale, in this game they do give you like how to fight or whatever, right? And for each character you get to choose like classes that you could be. Like you could be a warrior, you could be a mage, you could be whatever the heck thinks suits this character. I love in these Mii games, I love to put like my family members into it, and I think I make them little Mii's, and I love to put them in, and I love to put myself in. I love to see just like what happens naturally. By the way, that is another reason why I love Tomodachi Life. It's very much heavily into that in that area. But in Tomodachi, no, in Miitopia, sorry, I'm getting them both confused. In Miitopia, they both kind of have like that same thing, that same vibe that's happening. And like your Mii's can form relationships, they can form friendships, and they can also get mad at each other. And it's kind of cool because sometimes like in a level or in like a fight sequence, they will go and act based off of their relationships, friendships, or like if they really like someone and something is attacking someone, they'll be like, no, I'll protect you, and then they get hit and then they die. And then maybe the friend that was being protected is like, oh no, they died, and then they start crying, or they get mad depending on their personality type, and then they start hitting the monster really, really harshly. And I think that's such an amazing gameplay mechanic. I think it's so like it encourages you to play around with this relationship system and find out like what can happen, And I love that. I love when games like encourage you to do wacky stuff like this. It's very interesting because they have these set of personality types, and sometimes a personality type won't really, get together with another personality type. But anyways, I'm yapping at this point about the game. But yeah, I do think that it's a good game. It's funny. It's silly. No matter what you do, there's always something going on in the game. And yeah, there's a lot of characters that you could put into it, and it's just a lot of fun. It's just a lot of fun. You have to be the right person to play it too, because with these turn-based RPGs, I kind of feel like you have to be the right person to play this and to enjoy it. You have to put yourself in that mindset of like, hey, I am playing in this world, Going back way into that, that's kind of like what I was talking about in the first episode, sorry. But, yeah. Anyways, yeah, the original game was good on 3DS. I liked it on 3DS. I had no problems with it being on the 3DS. It was good. But for some reason, they randomly said, hey, we're going to put this out on Switch. And I did get it on Switch when it came out on Switch, because I really like this game, and I it's been a while since we've seen a Mii game be promoted out in the wild like this. And so I was interested in giving Nintendo my money for the Switch version of Miitopia. And yeah, so other than just like improved graphics and everything on the Switch, I do think that Miitopia on Switch was very much like the same game, honestly, but in my opinion, I do think, I don't know, I kind of feel like both versions of the game are kind of like good in their own ways, because like, I think the Switch version is the definitive way to play Miitopia. And the reason why I say that is because I just like playing games on my television. I like playing games on like a screen bigger than like, I don't know, 2 inches. And like, I have no problem with handheld. It's a part of the quirkiness, but I like to sit there and experience and put myself into, what I'm doing. But theoretically, I guess you could take this and go to the Cheesecake Factory, like I said, and, shut up, guys, I'm playing Miitopia on my Nintendo Switch. But I'd much rather play Miitopia on my 3DS. And the reason why I'd much rather play Miitopia on my 3DS is because I feel more comfortable with my 3DS. Like, my Nintendo Switch, I don't know. I feel like a Nintendo Switch belongs on the television. Like, that is a home console deal. The same thing goes for Steam Decks and stuff. Like, I don't know how I feel about those. And I know that's going to be very controversial, but it's like, in my opinion, if it's not meant to be, a portable game, don't force it to be portable. Don't force a game to be something that it's not supposed to be based off of just what people want. Like, people could say that they want a portable Call of Duty, right? And, by the way, not me. But when they actually do get it, and they sit down and they start playing this portable Call of Duty, they're like, oh shoot, this is a little weird, Like, I'm playing Call of Duty portably. I don't know, I don't get the same vibes that I do when I sit down and I play Call of Duty and I'm locked in, and I have Dorito chips on the left of me, and I have, tissues on the right of me, I have a sock in front of me, like, I just... I'm not alluding to anything, but like, I'm just saying, like, some people who play Call of Duty are kind of silly. Anyways, no hate to you guys. If anybody plays Call of Duty, like, I I liked one of the games. I'll tell you that. But I do think, yeah. Don't worry, I like it. But anyways, what I'm trying to say is, like I was trying to say, it's don't force something on a game that is supposed to be somewhere else. In Miitopia's case, I just feel like it works better as a home console experience. It works, though, as a handheld, and it was made with a handheld in mind, which is an extremely rare case, in my opinion. It is extremely rare that you find this. On the Switch version, it's also cool to, mention, you get a horse. You get makeup, that you can put on your Miis, which just means, you can create more interesting characters. You can make, really pinpoint precise characters, if you wanted to make Shrek as a Mii, you could definitely make Shrek as a Mii now. They also bring out, different hairdos, or wigs as they call them, that look good. They look good. I think it's a little weird, the fact that they, don't look like the Mii's actual hair, but I guess that goes into, hey, it's a wig, I do like the fact, I really, I don't know, I like it. I think it's good. It's not terrible. It's just an addition that I think it's cute. I personally like the hair dye edition. I feel like that should be in the Mii Maker. That is good. I'm not too sure about some of these makeup stuff. I feel like sometimes you're giving people a little too much creativity to be like, what the heck are we gonna do in the future? But yeah, and I don't know. Anyways, yeah, so you can have a horse. The horse is basically like another Mii, but it's more of an assistant. In battle, it's another Mii, but in battle, it is a secondary Mii that the Miis can join up together and create this super big attack, and I find that to be okay. I find that to be an okay addition. It's not a needed addition, but it's a welcome one. They're trying something different. I really like that. I really like the customization on the horse. I don't think it's too much, and I don't think it's too little. It's cute. One thing that I do think is very weird is the fact that in Miitopia on the Switch, at least in my opinion, and when I played the game, I have experienced the game actually give me frame drops. Sometimes I'll be in the heat of battle, and mid animation, the frames will go from 30 to 15 for 2 minutes. Or not 2 minutes, 2 seconds. And I'm like, whoa, what the heck? Because it's very apparent. It's not like you wouldn't notice it. It's very much the game stops and it waits for you to press A. And in that specific moment, there's too many polygons on screen. So the Nintendo Switch kind of freaks out. And you start hearing the fan go, and then it's hustling. it's hustling, and yeah, I mean, I feel like no Nintendo game should release like that, But anyways, yeah. So I mean, I would say the re-release of Miitopia is one of those rare cases, in my opinion, where it is a good modern game. It just improves a little bit of the old Metopia, you know? And, yeah, I like Metopia. If you don't like Metopia, that's okay. I think, if you don't know what I'm talking about, go watch some gameplay. Go play it, you know? I cannot express enough, like, go play something, you know? Go play it. So, yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, I was originally gonna talk about, the Wii Me games, but I kind of feel like I want to save that for another episode in the future, because I do think they deserve their own little area, because I would talk about the Wii ones and I would talk about the Wii U ones, but this one in specific, I just felt like the 3DS stuff for the Miis deserve its own spot. With that said, I don't know when it's coming out, but I do know Tomodachi Life 2 is coming out soon. And it is called Tomodachi Life Living the Dream. And I remember I was watching the Nintendo Direct when they announced it. And this episode is probably gonna, like, age super poorly. Okay? But, I am looking forward to it, and I am not looking forward to it. Like, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it. Okay? I 100% am. I think it's amazing. I'm so happy that Miis are back. I'm so happy that they're releasing it on Nintendo Switch. I'm so happy that it looks like all these Miis have so many different things that you could do in the game, because the game looks huge. Obviously, because it's like everything modern needs to be huge, and Nintendo is, in my opinion, kind of falling fault to that. I do think the game looks good. What I don't like is how much customization that they're throwing into it. I think, honestly, it might turn into a New Horizons, Animal Crossing New Horizons type thing for me, where they stray too much from the Tomodachi part and focused on, like, creating your island and creating homes and stuff, where it's like, for me, at the end of the day, it's like, this is a Tomodachi Life. This is a Tamagotchi parody. Thank goodness I got that right. Thank goodness I said that right. Phew. But yeah, I don't want to be negative. Maybe it'll come out. Hell, I'd be so happy if it came out and I am completely wrong and everything's perfect and it is Tomodachi Life Living the Dream is literally the best game ever to be created with Miis in it. It might just be that, because it isn't out yet. I don't know. Don't judge a book by its cover. I think it looks cute. I think it's, blooming with personality. Something that I thought was a little silly about the game is, like, you're gonna be able to change, like, the Mii's ears, and I think I never knew I needed that in a Tomodachi Life, or a Mii creation, or whatever. But yeah, the game isn't out yet. It's coming out spring 2026. When is it coming out? It's April 16th, so next month as of this episode. Please be free to, these are my predictions right now. I'm gonna put it out. I think the game is gonna, people are gonna love it. I think it's gonna become like the game that people think of when people think Tomodachi Life, because it's obviously going to modernize a lot of things that the original Tomodachi Life did. But I will forever hold the original in my heart. But I'll play this game. This game will probably be like the last Switch game that I play because, yeah. I'm starting, yeah. you know me. I'm just a girl who plays some games. But yeah, it looks good. It looks good. I like, here's something I do have to talk about that made me really happy when I saw in the Direct. I was very happy about it. Nintendo put in Tomodachi Life Living the Dream, they have confirmed that you will not only be able to make gay Miis, but you will also be able to make Miis asexual, which means not interested in anybody, right? That is amazing. Be straight or be gay, right? Or, lesbian or whatever, right? Oh, that's great. They could have stopped right there. They could have been like, okay, that's enough, right? But this is so cute. They have made like the gender option of choosing male, female, or non-binary. That, like, I understand it riled up a little bit of the community to be like, Nintendo's going woke now, but like, it's so good because we are including people now. Nintendo didn't have to do that, but they chose to do that. And I think that's 100% the correct way to go in Nintendo's, in my eyes. Great move, Nintendo, great move, because that is very inclusive of you, very cutesy. I know a lot of people from the trailers and whatnot love Hugh Morris, like humorous, and he's like dressed up as a clown and like, and I know a lot of people don't like him too because like people think he's corny or whatever. Yeah, I think in the trailers, I loved how Nintendo was embracing the quirkiness of this whole series because, in my opinion, the Tomodachi Life series as a whole, it's very quirky and it's very just quirky. I don't know how else to say it. It's the Miis, They could have, in this new game, they could have went AI voices. They could have made all the voices AI and it would be like 100% better. In terms of AI, like better in like, just how natural it would feel, I guess. But they chose not to, and they chose to stick with the silly, goofy robot voices, and I think that was a great decision. It was a great decision. But yeah. Hopefully it'll come out and it'll be amazing. I think it'll be good. Like I said, the only thing that I am a little worried about is the amount of customization we're gonna have with things that should be side things in this game. Like kind of like how, exactly, in my opinion, kind of like how Animal Crossing ended up being. But, what can I say? I'm excited for it. I love Tomodachi Life. I think it's a good game. I like Tomodachi Collection. I love all these games. I do like also Street Pass. I'm not gonna go too much into that, but it was a pre-game onto your Nintendo 3DS that was kind of like the Spot Pass thing that I told you about. earlier, where you walked around and you, like, people, if someone else had a 3DS and they walked past you, their little character would, like, interact with your little character, and you would, like, have their little character go into your Mii Plaza that has, like, all your little characters that you've encountered. Like, I remember back in the day, like, I would, back in the day, it was like, the place to go to get this was airports, okay? Like, you would go to the airport, and me personally, my 3DS would be like, every, like, 2 seconds. You'd meet someone new, and it's so, it's great, because it made, it created a new form of communication, I feel like. Like, you didn't know this person, but, like, you get a tiny little taste of what they were, because, like, they'd come up and they'd, like, throw in, like, hey, the most game that I've played is, Super Mario Bros, whatever, right? And it's like, hey, that's cute. Or, like, you get to have a little taste that you two like something in common, like, and you couldn't directly interact with them, but, like, you could have, like, a little greeting that your Mii has that to tell everybody something, and sometimes it'll be like, whatever you please, whatever you want. And I think that was very, very cool. I think, Nintendo back then used to be very open to these new quirky, gimmicky ideas, and I think I am a sucker. I'm a sucker for those quirky, gimmicky ideas, and that's all these games were, honestly. And these, like, the game that's coming out now, which is Tomodachi Life Living the Dream, I think it's good to go back there, but I do wish that in the future, like, this sets the groundwork for Nintendo to be able to jump out of their comfort zone for a little bit and make another quirky game for the sake of being, quirky, or, like, make another one of those original, just random games to cook up. That's what I love doing. I love making a game that's, like, so wacky and different, or, like, I understand the appeal to making a sequel, but at the same time, I do wish, like, they could create not something necessarily original, but just something different that only they could make, because it's like, I want more games that are just, like, that transport me into that world, going back into what I talked about in the first episode. But anyways, yeah, there you go. That is everything to do with the Mii's that I think is on 3DS. Overall, it was a cute decade. I loved everything to do with it. I think it's very moody. Whenever I play these games, I always get transported into a beautiful, cutesy world. Unfortunately, like I said, I don't really play Tomodachi Life over again, because it's like, what am I gonna do in there? I mean, I'm just gonna see, I'm just gonna see the same thing that I've been seeing, just with different faces. And yeah, maybe Tomodachi Life Living the Dream will fix that. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this silly little second whatever and little podcast. And I'll see y'all later. I hope you have an amazing day. I love you all so much. Mwah, mwah. See ya.